Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching this from. We're here with Haivedan sir. After a long time of me calling and messaging him, he's here at Speaking AI headquarters. It's my honor for sure, because bringing him here, it's kind of a confidence booster to all the students that will be coming through here in the future. And we do have a mission to have confident speakers from here to be able to break boundaries throughout the world, and you are an amazing example of that. So I hope you continue. I mean, you're always going to be encouraging people in the little things that you do every single day. So I have a few little questions for you. Some will be language related, some will be about your life in India, Kerala, and all this stuff. So my first question is, we kind of briefly talked about this already when we were speaking in the main room, but just to kind of hear it in a short form answer. If you could rewrite the English curriculum for Kerala schools, what's the first thing you would change?
First of all, I'm quite confused when I speak to you. I don't know what. Basically, I would like to say that Keralites are very smart. They have a lot of talent, they versatile. But somewhere I think there is a disconnect. And that disconnect is always about the language they use. They get marks, they score good marks, they make sure that grammatically they are right. But somehow the communication part is very important. So if we build a system whereby our young children in the government aided schools get a proficiency in English, get to know better, to speak better, is something which will change the game. So my effort would be basically to redesign that part. Rest I don't think Kerala is a model to rest of the states in terms of public sector of education. But this is the only thing which I would like to personally change.
Well, really looking forward to working with you at some point, because I share a similar vision. I grew up here, and when I first moved to the United States, I had a lot of issues with my English. I was bullied constantly because they didn't understand a lot of the things that I said, the way I said it, the accent and the sentence structure and some tonalities and certain words.
That's because you studied here.
Because I grew up in Kerala and I learned English here. And so when I first moved to the United States, I had to basically relearn.
Which age was that?
15, I moved back. So I was here from 3 to 15.
So my understanding is young people, very young kids, can study multiple languages.
Yes.
They have this talent of, they can study Hindi, English, Malayalam, their mother tongue, or I mean any foreign language for that matter. So I think students should be trained at a very young age so that the base is strong.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and he mentioned there's a school here in Kerala where they don't have any Malayali speakers teaching English up until a certain grade, maybe till 4th grade. So then students are really forced to speak as much as possible in English, and it's actually quite successful. So that could be something that we can look into in terms of a speaking first curriculum and then correction and grammar.
My understanding is that all the schools in Kerala, in the government sector basically, doesn't have a full-time English teacher. So if you are a maths teacher, at some point of time you have to teach them English. So if you are a science teacher, you have to teach them English. So these people are teaching English, which is going to be something wrong.
So training the trainers could be the first step.
Maybe giving more opportunities, more appointments to teachers who are having their main language English.
And coming to your life, going to Parliament, speaking in different countries in the world, how has your fluency in English how have you felt more empowered, and how have the opportunities opened for you because of that?
Communication is a different aspect. So if you are able to communicate in different languages, especially if you go to the north, most of them speak in Hindi. And speaking to them in Hindi is something which they like, and they accept you quite well. Same way in English. In Parliament, you're standing in a platform where you have 545 members of Parliament from Leh Ladakh to Kanyakumari. So the common language is again English, of course Hindi in some parts, but you have translators there. But representing a constituency, presenting the matter in a more sophisticated way helps the constituency and the person to get it sorted out much better. So it's always a great experience to be on a much larger platform, and it gives you more confidence when you speak to them in a proper manner, and then you can clearly communicate to the entire world of what you exactly said.
And what was your dream like as a kid? What was it that you wanted to do growing up? And
I wanted to become a pilot.
And did you ever pursue
I
that?
wanted to fly planes, but I don't think that happened because I was not quite good at maths and science. So I opted for commerce, and then I had to change my views. I wanted to go out. I wanted to go to UK or London and study my MBA, which didn't happen. My father passed away when I was in college. Then I was already in student politics. Again, politics was a mainstream thing for me again. Life changed, things changed. But I'm happy that at least you're speaking to me about changing the curriculum,
Yes.
where I'm also empowered to do a part of that.
Yeah, and the fact that you're always available to the public. We went to his home 2 times at 7 in the morning, and he's there like one after another. His doors are open. Anybody who has requests, complaints, invitations, and you're just there, like that really touched me. How do
I
you do
try
it
to
every day?
meet as much as people as possible. That is something which I believe is something very important. People shouldn't get disconnected with people. People should always have access to your mobile phones. Apart from the people coming and meeting you, you going to a place and understanding the situation, and people coming to you and explaining the situation is much different. So I make sure whenever I am in Karnataka, I try to do that.
Yeah, really amazing. Like we were talking about it after we left, how much that touched us. So എനിക്ക് വലിയൊരു ആഗ്രഹമുണ്ട് കേരളത്തിലുള്ള എല്ലാ സ്കൂളുകളിൽ പോയി എങ്ങനെയാണ് എനിക്ക് കോൺട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളൊരു ആഗ്രഹമുണ്ട് എനിക്ക്. So who would be the right person for me to approach? Would it be you?
No, I'm not the right person, but I can be a channel. You have to explain to me what exactly are you intending to do. What would be the role of you? How many schools can you physically go and cover? So how long will the project take? You have to get permission from functions. So we will make sure you get a platform. In Karnataka for sure, we will make sure you reach to all the government and aid schools. But we would like to understand what exactly you would try to do that.
Do you sometimes think about 10 years from now, what you would like to have accomplished by then? What are some of those things that...
You don't design your political career, or you don't design how politics should be. But as long as I am in politics as a representative of people, I would like to work in various ways. So I don't usually do the usual kind of thing people do, or public representatives. I try to reach out more with my reach out programs, empower them with more health and education facilities. Also many different ideas. So now we are doing something with the drugs. We are going to launch a huge campaign which will clearly send a message, not just doing some programs, making use out of that, but constant program for the next 5 years. So how we have a program designed for 5 years, so that every student who comes in new are given training and empowered them to say no to drugs. Something on mental health is something which is a long time thing for me. We started
very
the
taboo
campaign.
here, huh?
We started a campaign called Cake Off. So that is something which I do. So menstrual hygiene, I told you, Cup of Life was a successful campaign. So these are multiple verticals which I would like to work on.
So is there anything else you'd like to tell the viewers or maybe encourage them
ഇല്ല,
in
എനിക്ക് ഭയങ്കര
confidence?
സന്തോഷവും ഭയങ്കര അത്ഭുതവും എപ്പോഴും തോന്നാറുണ്ട് അപർണയെ കാണുമ്പോൾ. കാരണം ഒരു വിദേശ വനിത എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇത്രയും നന്നായി മലയാളം പറയുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ബിക്കോസ് മലയാളം ഇസ് എ ടങ് ട്വിസ്റ്റർ ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് ഈസി. മലയാളം പറയുക, മനസ്സിലാക്കുക, സംസാരിക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അത്ര എളുപ്പമല്ല. അത് ഏറ്റവും നന്നായിട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ IAS ഓഫീസേഴ്സാണ്. IAS ഓഫീസേഴ്സ് വിവിധ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്സിൽ നിന്ന് വന്നിട്ട് അവർ ദേ ഹാവ് എ സ്പെഷ്യൽ ട്രെയിനിങ്. അവർക്ക് പഠിക്കണം മലയാളം, എഴുതാനും വായിക്കാനും സംസാരിക്കാനും ഒക്കെ പഠിക്കണം. അവർ നന്നായി ഗ്രാസ്പ് ചെയ്യാറുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ വിദേശത്തുനിന്ന് ഒരാൾ വന്നു, പിന്നെ അപർണയുടെ സോഷ്യൽ സർക്കംസ്റ്റൻസസ് വർ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ്. ഇവിടെയാണ് ആൾ വളർന്നത്. സോ ഷി വാസ് ഏബിൾ ടു സ്റ്റഡി മലയാളം. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ മലയാളികൾക്കൊരു പ്രത്യേകതയുണ്ട്. അവർ വേറൊരു ഭാഷ പഠിച്ചില്ലെങ്കിലും മലയാളം മറ്റുള്ള ആൾക്കാർ പഠിക്കും. അവർ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഹിന്ദിയോ ബംഗാളിയോ നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലിപ്പോൾ ഏത് ഹോട്ടലിൽ പോയാലും ഏത് കൺസ്ട്രക്ഷൻ സൈറ്റിൽ പോയാലും UP, ബീഹാർ, ബംഗാൾ എന്നൊക്കെയുള്ള ആൾക്കാരുണ്ടാവും. അവരൊക്കെ നന്നായി പച്ചയായിട്ട് മലയാളം പറയും. അപ്പോൾ അത് നമ്മുടെ ഒരു മലയാളികളുടെ ഒരു സവിശേഷത. സോ വി ഹാവ് എംപവർഡ് യു. Now it's your job to empower us.
That's how I see it.
So
I feel like I've lived the most blessed life that anybody could have lived. I was cradled in this beautiful land and taught Malayalam, and because of that skill, my life has changed. And it is my duty to give back to the community. There's nothing else that I want more than that. Whether it's in education, whether it's even, eradicating rabies from Kerala. That's another thing on my list to do. But all these things are extremely passionate for me, and I could be doing them anywhere in the
That
world.
would be quite sad.
I mean, if we're in it together, anything is possible.
I'll show you a video, so I would say it would be a lot more of a problem. But thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you so much. I hope we can do something great
Yes,
for
we will. We will,
Okay.
absolutely.
All the best.
Thank you so much for
All the
joining
best
us
for
in our art
Speaking
celebration.
AI.
On the Speaky.
All the best.
Did we get a picture with Speaky and Habiban sir?